Hey everyone, and welcome to the video portion of the personal development class. We're going to do a brief recap of Module 1 by answering some of you all's questions. Again, these questions are anonymous, so we covered last month actually some things with the groundbreaker, and that has a lot to do with you breaking through the norm, breaking through generational curses, breaking through what the world says that your age limit does and what they don't do, but you're actually going to be setting a new standard. So that's why we call this the groundbreaker portion of the module. In this module, we talked about the journey of self-improvement, from everything from your strengths to your weaknesses to how you can improve on your weaknesses. We talked about an in-depth breakdown of human capital and how that's actually building your wealth of knowledge, skills, abilities, and experience. And we also talked about you having a mindset towards millionaire status and how you can start that as a youth and actually work your way in a shorter time frame to becoming a millionaire than those who just wait till they get out of college. So we're going to jump right in. I hope you have your notepads and your pencils and pens handy. I did discuss with you all the importance of having a portfolio and keeping that so it can show forth your growth in this program. So give you a moment, grab your pens, grab your paper, grab your notebook if you don't have it already, because I'm about to jump into answering some of y'all's questions. And again, these are anonymous, so I'm not going to say names with the questions. Every question is important if you need to know the answer to. That's just how I think about it. So I have my papers right in front of me, and I trust you're ready. Okay? So the first question we're going to get into is, what does soul attribute mean more in depth? And that's a very good question. We did discuss that a little bit in the actual class, but soul attribute has to do with qualities that reflect your soul. So it's how you carry yourself from a soul perspective. So your soul has a lot to do with your mind, your will, your emotions, your intellect, your desires, everything about you in the soulish realm. So attributes will reflect that soul type of realm. So for instance, let's say you're one who gets angry a lot. Well, if you come across as angry, that's an attribute that may represent you. It may not be a good one, of course. It may not be something you want to be known as, but attributes have a lot to do with how you express yourself, your emotions. Your drive in life has to do with your will. So if somebody says that you're really purpose driven, that's a soul attribute because it has to do with your will. If somebody says, or if you want to come across as somebody who's joyful, that's something that you want to work on developing. You'll be known as a joyful person. That's another soul attribute. So it's any quality that has to do with the parts of your soul, such as your mind, such as your will, such as your emotions, your intellect. I trust that gives you a better understanding. If you need a further example, let me know. We can definitely hit on that in our next class. So how do you expand your millionaire mindset? That was another question. All these are good questions. How do you expand your millionaire mindset? Well, you have to be exposed to more things, more ways that shows you that it's possible to become a millionaire. Because if you don't see it, you won't achieve it. If you don't believe it's possible, you won't go after it. So the more that you see the simplicity, or how simple or how easy it is to become a millionaire at a young age, even at the path that I'm on, you will have a mindset that will be expanded to believe that you can do it too, which you can. So you expand it by exposing yourself to more knowledge about what it takes to become a millionaire, what it takes to stay a millionaire. You expose your mental capacity to the knowledge of what it actually takes to offer goods and services that will actually help you become a millionaire. So you increase your knowledge, you increase your human capital, and that's what makes it possible for your mindset to now know beyond a shadow of a doubt, I could be a millionaire because I have what it takes to get there. The next question is, how do you expand your knowledge? Good question. You expand your knowledge by putting yourself in a position to learn more. And not just to learn more, but to study more. Because the more you study, the more you can retain what you have. So you have to constantly do those things. And then also, you stay away from things that can actually diminish your knowledge. Meaning you stay away from drugs. Drugs are one of those things that actually kills at your brain cells and cause for knowledge to be diminished. And then you have to work and your brain cells have to be restored. It's a lot to that, but you stay away from those kind of things that cause you to be limited in your thinking. You stay away from doing things that will cause you to be sluggish, because then you may not attain as much knowledge. You expand your knowledge by also knowing your learning style. And we did not touch on that yet, but I trust you'll learn it soon in these upcoming sessions. And the more you know what it takes for you to grasp the most knowledge that it'll stick, the more your knowledge can expand. And of course, the more knowledge you have, the more valuable you can become to society, to organizations, to people, and even to God. Most importantly, to God, because He can use you to speak in more avenues than just one. So very good questions again. And I hope you have notes, because I am going to be asking you all some of these questions to see if you all actually watched the video and actually got it. So take good notes. The next question I'm going to hit on is, how do you become smarter in every aspect? And that question goes hand in hand with how to expand your knowledge. You become smarter in every aspect by learning every aspect as it pertains to your life. So that don't mean you have to learn everything. Like, you don't have to learn how to be an astronaut and how to be a farmer if that's not what you're called to. You know your domain and you stay with that. But as it relates to you socially, financially, academically, you do want to expand your knowledge in those arenas, so you gain knowledge about things that will actually help you in your life. So there's basic things in life that you need to know. That's why you're taking this personal development class, because you want to develop and be the best version of you that you can be. So you become smarter in every aspect by actually first having the will to be smart. You desire to learn more, and when you have that desire, you'll be open to receive the knowledge and the information. And again, knowing your learning style will help you see how you can best position yourself to get that knowledge and be able to apply the knowledge, because knowledge means nothing if it's not applied. That's pretty good. I'm going to say that again. Knowledge means nothing if it's not applied. So you want to know how to become smarter, and what's going to help you become smarter in every aspect is not only getting the knowledge and studying it, but also applying it to your life, because the more you practice, the better you can become, and you can perfect every area that pertains to your life, financially, socially, academically, mentally, everything that pertains to you as a person, even physically. You want to perfect those things. Another question was, how do you make money fast? And there's a lot of ways to make money fast, but you want to know the best ways that you can make money fast. And that means you have to know what your specific creative niche is, what you're called to do, and then maximize those opportunities. And we'll talk about that in a future session, so I'm not going to dive too deep into that question. But you make money fast by putting yourself in a position where you can get, or give, I should say, products and services on the areas that you are graced to do, that you're passionate about and that you're good at. And it's another key area, but we'll wait till we get to that session. Passive income is another way that you can get money fast. Multiple streams of income is what we're discussing in this personal development class. It's so many different ways, but it's just knowing which way would be best for you. Okay? How do you know when to stop? And I take it that that question means, how do you know when to stop? If you mean learning, you should never stop learning. If you mean getting money, I think we're blessed to be a blessing, so that should not be nothing that you look to stop doing. Your main goal should never be to get money. Your main goal should be to be a blessing and help solve problems. And when you have that mindset, it'll attract money. Okay? The next question I'm going to do is, why do people work so much? Well, anything that's successful usually takes a lot of work up front, but the purpose of working so much is so that you can have prosperity in the future. At least that's what it should be. Some people work so much and they don't have no end goal, so they just stay working and tire themselves out and not have nothing to show for it. I don't want you all to be those people. I want you all to be the ones that work hard now, learn what you need to know now, so that way you work hard and you set yourself up for success in your future where you don't have to work as much. And that means learning what it takes to get passive income. We'll talk more about that in later classes. Another question was, why is there a lot of people that aren't successful? That's a very good question as well. A lot of people are not successful because they did not involve themselves in personal development. Pretty much that's what it boils down to, because when you don't develop yourself, you limit your opportunities for success. So they're not involved in personal development. They stopped learning somewhere, or they got comfortable where they were and did not see a bigger picture to go after. Another question, somebody asked, can singers, dancers, and actors be millionaires? Of course. There's plenty of singers, dancers, and actors that are millionaires now. It's just knowing how to get there, how to best position yourself to make the most out of your time and your skill set and passions. Can models be millionaires? Absolutely. There's many models that are millionaires. Can songwriters be millionaires? Of course. Many songwriters are millionaires. It's just knowing exactly what are you called to do and how does God want to bring wealth into your life. So really, if God called you to something, he can open up the doors for wealth in any area. Just knowing what did he call you to do. And we'll dive more into these topics in future sessions. I trust that you're enjoying this personal development program. Again, feel free to watch this video. Again, take good notes, and let's look forward to developing more in our own personal lives. See you all in our next session.